Good evening, everybody. Okay, so I might look a little weird here, but that's all right. And we're going to be actually tonight discussing some very interesting things. So again, I always like to just talk about nothing for about 2 minutes while the notifications go out. And I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi off again. I turn my Wi-Fi off for this and just go on my phone signal is what I do. So there we are. And let me have a look to see if I'm getting the notification yet. Once I know that we are live, there it is. We are live and we have people jumping on board. Excellent. Don't you like my new look? These are my new classy glasses. What do you think? Walk around town with these on? I think that's cool, right? I mean, I could be a millennial with glasses like this. Okay. All right, we're still waiting for more people to get on. Oh, people are getting on there. Tell me where you're from. Love to hear where you're from. This is your nighttime entertainment from the Creation Museum, live from the Creation Museum. And the reason I've got these glasses on here, because these glasses are used in our 4D theater. It's not just a 3D theater. This is a 4D theater. And you see 3D, and it's all complicated. And tonight we're going to show you some of the behind-the-scenes workings here of the 4D theater at the Creation Museum. You'll see some things that public don't get to see and learn some things, and we'll show you some fascinating equipment. And did you know that the projector here is the same projector that I'd use in the big cinemas? Well, you're going to see it. We're going to have our technician and our videographer has agreed to do this, crawl up the ladder, up into the, I don't know where they go. They disappear up there. I'm not going to do it. My doctor won't allow me to do it. So, all right, let me take these glasses off so I can actually see. And, oh, here we have Doug. Hi, Doug.
Hello.
Doug's one of our AV techs here. What is your official position, Doug?
AV manager.
AV manager. There we are. But he knows about all this stuff. So why don't you take us over, before we show them the 4D theater and the projector and the bulb and what the seats do and some of the intriguing facts about in here, let's race over here and you can show us behind the scenes what happens with these glasses. Can we do that first of all? Okay. Somebody said, love your cool, classy glasses from New York. Great. Okay, so here's the racks of glasses. See all these racks of glasses? That's the same ones that I have on here. You can put them over the top of your normal glasses, okay, if I can get this to work.
If I remember correctly,
we have a microphone in one hand and do, there we are, like that. Now, you shouldn't wear these anywhere but in the theatre, but anyway, when you're sitting in the seat, but I'm okay tonight, I think. Okay, so we come in here and we have more racks of glasses. Okay, yep. Doug, tell us what happens with these glasses.
So these glasses, after people wear them, we've got about 2,000 of these glasses. They get into the racks, they bring them in here, and they fill these trays up, and each tray holds 14 glasses, and they bring them into these specifically designed washing machines. It's like an industrial strength dishwasher for the glasses.
And that sanitizes them all.
This washes them and sanitizes them and dries them.
So everyone who gets a set of these glasses in the theater can be sure they've all been sanitized.
Yep. Every one of them comes in here and they do about a 4-minute and 30-second bath.
4-minute and 30-second bath. Okay, then they take the racks of these glasses out to the 4D theater. So let's go out there to the 4D theater. And Doug, while we're doing that, tell us, now when you go to the movies and you get 3D glasses and they're sort of, you know, cheap little plastic things, these are not like that, right?
No, these are called active 3D glasses. So there's two different types. There's passive and active. Passive glasses means there's no battery and everything is done on the screen, where these are active, and so there's an infrared emitter that sends out a code that talks to these glasses, and so each lens on the glass will actually turn on and off as the show's going on, 60 frames each a second. And that's actually how you're seeing the 3D.
Is that right?
Yeah. So the reason why we use the active glasses here is because we do other presentations in here that is not 3D.
Right.
If we did passive glasses, we'd have to have a silver screen. It's literally called a silver screen. It's made for 3D. But because we do other presentations with just standard 2D content, we had to go with the active so it actually looks good.
So it looks better than the 3D you see at the movies?
It is, yeah, it is. The downside to that is these glasses are a little more expensive.
They're a little more expensive,
Yep.
and people have to be careful with them.
Right. Yeah.
So, and we have 2,000 of these glasses. How many people can we put in the theater here?
There's 200, I believe.
200?
190, 200.
So that's why we have so many glasses, because actually on busy times here, it's just one presentation after
Right.
another. People just lining up, come in. How long's the presentation?
It's about 22 minutes, 23 minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my glasses down for the moment,
We actually
Right.
had to get an extra washing machine because we were going through too many glasses.
because it's very, very popular. Okay, so people come in, they sit on the seats, and we're going to show you the introduction to the show here in a minute. And they sit on these seats. What is this contraption here?
So that is to do closed captioning. We actually have two different ways we can show closed captioning in the theater. These, if you come in and you have a disability and you need closed captioning, you can ask for one of these devices, or you can ask for the device that goes over top of your glasses, and that would just put the words directly on your glasses. Most people opt for this. They can move this wherever they like, and it doesn't take up their field of view. And basically, there's another IR emitter that emits the signal out to these, and it spits out all the words that are happening on the show.
So that's pretty high-tech theater, really.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And when we designed this, I see around the sides we have special lighting, and we have dead things on the wall. I mean,
Yep.
fossils.
Yeah, yep.
And this is where the projector is, up in this little area here. What do you call that area?
That's the projector booth.
That's a really...
It's high tech.
It's really high-tech
it is,
name,
yeah.
projector booth.
Yeah,
Wow.
we go
Yeah.
out and far above and beyond.
I can see that. So what about the screen? Is it a special screen, or where was it made?
It is. It's a special screen. It's actually perforated. Behind the screen, we've got 3 screen channels of audio. It's cinema screen channels. So we've got a left, center, right. And the screen's perforated, so the sound will come through the screen. And it was actually manufactured in Cincinnati, Ohio, right across the river. And this screen is from Stewart Film Screens. And they are the only screen manufacturer that actually has won Academy Awards for their screens.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So we really have some top stuff in here.
Yep.
So this would be every bit as professional, first class as what you'd get at Disney or Universal Studios, places like that.
Yep.
So now, what do we see up? Do I see fans up there?
Yep. We've got fans. We've got strobes. We've got other lighting units that are up on top.
So what does it mean we're 4D, not 3D? What's the fourth D?
So the fourth D is the fourth dimension. It's the environment around you. And so what we do is we have our seats that provide an air blast. They shake. As the show's going on, we've programmed specific places to make you feel some of the things, like when the dinosaurs are taking a big step. There's air blast. We've got the fans above that are doing wind across to you. We've got the strobes that are also adding visually to the effect.
So that's why it's 4D. You have
4D,
the
yep.
3D on the screen and all these extra things that happen with
Yep.
the seats, the fans, the strobes, and it's all timed perfectly in the presentation.
Yep.
And the one we're showing in here right now actually was produced by an organization in Florida, Creation Today.
Yep.
And they allow us to show it in here, and it's part of a whole movie that was actually shown in theaters, and it's in our bookstore. You can get the DVD here of
Yep.
the entire movie, but this is the animated portion of Genesis 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is absolutely spectacular. Now, let me ask you this. What else do we need to know about the theater? Of course, you know, it's soundproofed and so on. It's got special sound panels, doesn't it, on the
Yeah,
walls?
so we've got actually all these prints where you were seeing the dead things buried. These are actually acoustic panels, and we've had the fabric covering them printed with the graphics. And then the drapes that you see in between, they're doing 2 things. One, they're darkening the room, so the light from the screen doesn't affect the color shining off the curtains, and they're also acoustic drapes.
Okay, before we put the introduction to the show on, and then we'll show you, the introduction is not in 3D.
No, it's not.
And so
no.
you'll see that, and you'll hear it.
Yep,
And then when it goes to the 3D, it goes all blurry,
correct.
unless you put glasses on.
Right.
And I can't put glasses on my camera. That won't work, will it?
Nope, will
No.
not work.
Okay. So if we come over here, tell us about the bulb that's used in the projector, and you're going to take them up into that area, into the projector booth, and show them the projector.
Yep.
It's a massive projector.
310 pounds.
Is it air-cooled, liquid-cooled?
It's liquid cooled, but it's lamp. It's lamp based. our new projectors in the planetarium are laser-based.
They're laser-based,
Yep.
yeah.
But this is actually lamp-based, and one of the reasons for being lamp-based is the color renderings on this match more correctly with what the cinema industry is requiring. And it's slightly cheaper as well. But this lamp will last roughly 1,600 hours.
So just put your hand there so people can see the size of that. Okay, the lamp is encased in a
It's
special
inside, yeah.
covering, yeah.
So if we opened up this covering, we'd actually have to have eye protection and gloves.
Yeah, because you can't touch it.
You can't touch it, no.
Yeah, so how much do those lamps cost?
These run about $2,000.
So now there's no smoke effect in...
No, we don't have any smoke.
Except on the lightsaber, that's all done by lights.
Yep, correct.
So what we're going to do, we're going to show where's the panel that operates it. I mean, when our guest services people are ready to start a show, what do?
So they come in, they touch the screen here, and this kind of has just a graphic interface for guest services to start a movie or select another movie or turn the lights on or off.
So, by the way, how much did this cost when we renovate? It used to be our special effects theater, and we totally destroyed it.
We completely.
We
We even
demolished it.
added concrete. We cut out concrete. We changed the ceiling was completely gone.
And we raised money especially for this.
This
It was
yep.
all done on donations, and we had to get the right amount of donations before we could start it.
Yep.
So
I think it ended up coming in at 1.2 million.
1.2 million, because we already had the room here.
Yeah, correct.
And-
yeah,
and
the room
so
was the room.
we didn't
was
have to
done.
build the theater
Yep.
itself.
The
so.
drywall was all original. Everything else inside here, the HVAC is pretty much original. We did a little bit of work to the HVAC just to quiet it down a little bit more.
So to build one of these from scratch would be a lot of money.
Oh yeah, you're talking a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Millions.
it was all fluff and stuff for the 1.2 million.
Yeah. So let's have a look and watch you use the panel here. And why don't you start the program so people get a sense of how the program starts when they're here.
Yeah, so the way we've got it designed is guest services just has to come in and hit as long as my
Genesis
finger
Paradise Lost is the name of it. And
Yep.
that's the video.
That's the video. Now we can select other videos if you like, but
Before the presentation begins. we
Okay,
would
so
like
let's
to
have a look
note
at the
that
screen.
Photography and flash photography during the presentation are not permitted.
These are all the instructions we have to
Also,
give.
sound and video recordings of any type are prohibited. The use of cell phones during the presentation is strictly prohibited as they will disrupt the 3D viewing experience. Please silence cell phones and personal electronics. For your safety, note that exits are in the rear of the theater, to your left or right. We ask that you remain in your seats for the entire duration of the presentation. If you must leave during the presentation, please make your way to the nearest exit in the rear of the theater. Once exiting a presentation, you will not be permitted to re-enter the theater. However, you may attend a later showing during the remainder of your visit. At this time, prepare to experience cinema you can feel in the Creation Museum 4D Special Effects Theater.
Now when it starts at 4D here, it goes dark inside.
3D glasses. The show is about to start.
Now you can see that it's all blurry because you don't have your 3D glasses on. You saw one of the strobes there. Well, there's not much point showing it to you, so we're going to go upstairs actually and have a look at the actual projector. Okay, Doug, why don't you stop that? And Genesis Paradise Lost, as I said, produced by Creation Today. You can get the video off our website, and that's a whole documentary, actually, and all sorts of interviews and so on. And actually, right now, people can get 20% off anything they order online if you use the promo code Matthew6 while the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter are closed to the public. And there's the actual video there. And I thank my friend in Florida, Eric Hovind, and his ministry, Creation Today, for allowing us the opportunity of using that 3D portion of Genesis 1 in the 4D theatre. And we're able to actually show it to thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of people. Yep. All right, so what we're going to do, now let me explain this to you. When you come in here, So, Doug, you're going to go up first?
I'll go up.
Why don't you give me that microphone so you can climb up there? Now, you know, at my age, I was at the doctor's for my annual checkup, and he just happened to say to me, don't ever climb up ladders at your age. You could lose your balance. Be careful. So I'm under strict orders. I'm not allowed to go up there, okay? But our videographer is going to go up there. Now, the camera's going to look all funny as she does that. So
I can take the camera.
she's going to go up there. And then Doug's going to talk to you and show you this projector. It's the same projector they use in the big theatres, the big movie theatres.
Just watch your head.
You saw the bulb there before, a liquid-cooled projector. And they're just trying to get up this interesting ladder up into there. So, okay, Doug, so why don't you show them how it all operates up there and tell them about that.
Okay. Ken's brave. He left me without a babysitter. So this is the kind of the brains up here behind the theater, part of it. We've got a computer over here that we do a lot of our promotional secondary content, our ads, or things like that. We're running ProPresenter, and that just plays through some slides and other content. We have a touch panel here, which is basically a clone of what the touch panel is downstairs. This one gives us a little bit more flexibility and control on maintenance. But outside of that, it's pretty much the same. We've got a lot of the wireless microphone. This is more just audio related. So if we're doing a presentation, we have a speaker on stage doing just 2D content. They'll have microphones, and that's ran through there. This is our touch panel audio mixer that was created in-house by our AV staff, a guy named Rick Mendenhall. He's very talented with programming, and he built this actually from scratch, and we can run this just like any standard audio mixer. So that's pretty slick, and it works very well for what we're doing. So in this room, this is our projector room, and you can see it's a lot louder in here than it is out there. So this is the Christie CP4230 projector, and the CP is for cinema projector. The 30 is for how many lumens? It's a 30,000 lumen projector, and then you saw the lamps at the bottom. The projector head itself weighs about 245 pounds, and then the lamp ballast underneath, which actually provides the power for the lamp, is about another 75 pounds. But we actually have a cinema server in here, so if any Christian filmmakers are coming out with a new movie and they want to premiere it at the museum, we actually have the ability to take that. And we can take a digital cinema packet and embed it in the projector itself. So here's a touch panel for a little bit of control. You're not going to find this in most of your church projector units. And then we've got a secondary projector here for alternative content as well. And then this is one of the emitters for the closed captioning devices. And then this is one of our distributors for the Expand 3D glasses that we've got. And we've got a whole fire suppression system in here that is designed to go off. It's not halon, it's another chemical-based fire suppression, so that we don't have any water in there. And then if you saw the duct on the top, you'll see the heat is actually ducted out of the building directly from the projector.
So you know what's interesting is that you come into the theatre and you sit down, you get your glasses, you watch the program and leave, but you don't realize how complex it is behind the scenes. I mean, it's just phenomenal what happens there and what goes on, and all that had to be done to set it all up so that you come and enjoy that experience. But you know, the great thing about what we do here at Answers Genesis, it's not just entertainment. It's actually entertainment in one sense, and it is. People love it and enjoy it, but it's also teaching them the truth of God's Word. And that's the uniqueness of what we do here. Now our videographer is trying to negotiate down this ladder, and Doug's gonna just help there, getting tangled up in the ladder. Here we go. So that's what's wonderful about what we do here at Answers Genesis. You know, I was thinking that this afternoon. I did a 3 p.m. program for kids and mums and dads from our zoo, and that gets tremendous response. People love the animals. I'm doing one every 3 p.m. on weekdays, and we'll see what happens on the weekends here. But, you know, while everyone's sort of holed up at home, and even in other countries, they can watch these programs, and they'll be archived on my Facebook site. But even today, we were talking about kinds and how many kinds we need on the ark, and talking about speciation and adaptation, and, you know, design features and so on. And that's the difference between what we do here and what you'd find at other attractions, is that we do everything from a Christian worldview perspective. And that's the same for this theatre. Have another look inside the theatre here. What we do is that we teach people from a biblical worldview perspective, and we show the Genesis Paradise Lost in here. Now, we can do other programs in here too, but this is so popular right now, the 3D program, we just play them over and over again. Seats are empty right now. We want to see those seats filled. So your job is to pray, and pray that God would work around the world, in this nation, that this whole virus situation would be resolved, and we can get back to witnessing for the Lord Jesus Christ. But you know what? You know what this has forced us to do, Doug? I now have organised at least, let me see, 4 Facebook Lives every day. Yeah. And we're doing other things, and we've got blogs going out with some of the favourite articles on it. We have tens of thousands of articles on our website, answersingenesis.org, and it's just forced us in a way to find other ways to communicate to people. Right. 10 o'clock in the morning, science experiments for kids from our lab. Yep. Roger Patterson does that. 12 o'clock. It's interesting. We have live speakers here in Legacy Hall. It's a sort of 1,000-seat auditorium here at the Creation Museum, and they have to stand up and speak to empty seats. Yeah, right. But they're looking into the camera, and they know that they're talking to, you know, who knows how many thousands online. Right. And of course, a lot of people watch these afterwards as well. And so the 4D theatre is just off what we call the main hall, which is just before you start the main walk through the Creation Museum, and you can see the walkthrough of the Creation Museum. That's the introduction to it right there. And even though we don't know right now when we're going to reopen again, I mean, President Trump made an interesting statement today. He would like to see everyone back at work by Easter. Boy, I would love that to be true. We're just going to have to see what happens. But you can go online at arkencounter.com and find out about ticketing and all the information about the Ark. And then you can also link from there to the Creation Museum, or go straight to the Creation Museum website, creationmuseum.org, and find out all about the ticketing and all the programs and what we do. Because here, when people come here, we have the planetarium, which is now ready with the new laser projection system. Yep. We did a Facebook Live on that the other day. Yep. And we have the 4D theatre, and then we have the gardens outside, and the animal encounter area, and the wonderful playground for kids. And then you have the walk through the museum here, and then we have an insectorium, and we have a dinosaur exhibit. There is so much here, all from a biblical, Christian, creationist, worldview perspective. So there we are. So somebody here saying this is like taking a trip to Kentucky every day to see both the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter without the airfare and the hotel fees. That's true. But I tell you what, there's nothing like seeing it. You know, 3D doesn't work physically. Very well on the Facebook. Sorry, I can't show you the 3D over Facebook Live. But hey, Doug, you're going to be with us tomorrow, and tomorrow Thursday. Is it tomorrow? Thursday. Oh, that's right. No, tomorrow I've got something special for you tomorrow. What was that? We're going to do... okay. Yeah, we're going to do a walkthrough here. We're talking about archaeology in the Bible. That's tomorrow night. Thursday night, it's going to be you showing us the big LED screen down at the Ark at the Answer Center. How big is that LED screen? It's 70 feet wide, 22 feet tall. Wow. And what sort of lumens, or does it measure lumens, or what does it measure? Well, we don't have it measured in lumens right now, but right now we've got it running at 10% brightness. 10%? 10%. That thing is so bright. Yeah. And you only run it at 10%? It's only at 10%. Oh, we're going to see that. Thursday night is beans. Oh, Thursday night is beans. Okay. When are we going to see? Next week. Oh, it's going to be next week? Is that when we're doing it? We're doing it next week. You know what? I don't even know. I'm so stressed at everything that's going on. I'm just glad that one of my assistants has it all organised for me, and they will tell me. So Thursday night, we're going back to Beans to make donuts. And make donut
Sounds
holes.
good.
How do
I'll
you
eat a
make donut
donut.
holes? How do you make a donut that's a hole?
I'll eat donuts.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so we know what we're doing. Tomorrow night is going to be a walk through archaeology here with Tim Chafee. Thursday night, we're going to make donuts and donut holes down at Beans Bakery and Cafe. Friday. Oh, okay. You ready for this? Okay, I'm going to do something that'll embarrass me, but you know what? Because of what's happening, I decided, okay, I'll agree to it. Okay, you ready? Steve Hess and Southern Salvation, who do concerts for it, they're our resident musical group at the Ark Encounter and do concerts every day when we're open. Concerts for kids, concerts for the whole family. They talk me into sometimes playing the piano with them, and they talk me into doing this for Friday night. And so they're going to sing, and I'm going to play a couple of hymns on the piano with them, and they're going to sing, and okay.
Is it good that nobody's going to be sitting in there?
It's really good that nobody's going to be sitting in there, and I'll just pretend that nobody online's watching. How's that?
That's good.
And anyway, I'm a speaker. I'm not a pianist, but all right. So I, carry on the piano.
Yep.
So it'll be honky-tonk, Ken Ham honky-tonk style.
And it's a good piano,
Okay.
so it should sound good.
It's actually a good piano.
Very
Hopefully
good.
it'll make me look good. And hopefully Steve and his group, when they sing, will overpower the piano. And, okay, so that's going to be very interesting. All right, somebody here said, we love your ministry and our family has been glued to all your presentations all day, every day. It's a bright spot in our quarantine. Thank you for doing this. That's why we're doing it. Great. And a reminder to pray for us, because not being open, not having that income coming in at both attractions, that has caused us major problems, as it has for businesses all across America, and many of our staff are sort of on furlough because of that, and we're trying to, we just want to get open as soon as we can so we can get back to normal. And so pray for our staff, pray for their families, and pray for us here as we try to deal with this very difficult situation. So with that, you have a good evening. See you tomorrow evening, and see you during the day tomorrow and the next day. And what's his name? Dr. Nathaniel Jensen again, Saturday night and Sunday night with his fascinating history, information and genetics and history and research. And anyway, have a good evening, and hope this helped brighten up your day.